We preview the Cincinnati Bengals season and tell you if they're going to eclipse their season win total, and we tell you how to win $1,000 this NFL season. And it all starts right now. What is going on, everyone? It is Matt from Grandstand Bettors, and can you believe last season we hit 70% of our season win total predictions? So we thought to ourselves, hey, why not run it back, see if we can't hit maybe 89% of our predictions in 2022. We're also having our second annual NFL betting contest at grandstandbettors.com. You have an opportunity to win $1,000 of cold hard cash. We'll get to that in just a little bit. But in the meantime, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smack that like button, and let's dive into the Cincinnati Bengals season preview. And the Bengals, they have a season win total of 10. What a run for the Bengals last season after going 4-11 the year before. Almost all their success last season on their way to a Super Bowl appearance can be attributed to Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. These guys connected for over 1,400 yards and 13 touchdowns and 92 yards per game in the postseason. In all honesty, though, they had no business, the Bengals, making the Super Bowl. And I know that's a hot take, but hear us out. Thanks to an inadvertent whistle in the wild card round, they escaped the Raiders to advance to the divisional round where Joe Burrow ran around for his life. He was sacked 9 times in that game against the Titans, which tied an NFL record for the most times being sacked in a game and still winning. And then in the conference championship, the Bengals were losing 21-10 at halftime. And hey, props to them for winning that game, but rarely do you see the Chiefs get so out of sync and only put up 3 points in the second half of a game. But besides that, they did make the Super Bowl, and they were only a few seconds or minutes away from winning the game. Now, maybe things would have been better if Joe Burrow had a little bit more time in the pocket. He was sacked 7 times in that game and a total of 19 times in the playoffs. He led the league last year in the regular season with being sacked 51 times, and that is awful. The issue this team had last season could not be more apparent, and to fix what they need to fix, they brought in offensive tackle Collins, offensive guard Alex Kappa, and center Ted Karras. I don't know how you say it. Let me know in the comments what the right pronunciation is. They also used their 4th round draft pick to select Cordell Volson, a tackle out of North Dakota State, because honestly, they can't have enough depth at that position given how bad they were last season protecting Burrow. Now, he has already sustained a major injury, and this needs to be a focal point of the Bengals this season. Building up their offensive line should also, though, help out their run game. They have a very solid back in Joe Mixon, but he and the team only ranked 23rd in the league in rushing last year with only 102 yards per game. Mixon has a lot of talent, as we mentioned, but it's useless if he doesn't have big men in front of him that can create more holes and spaces to get into the secondary of his opponents. Now, if they get that going, it will make this offense even more lethal, as defenses will have to account for the very good running back in addition to the weapons Burrow has at wide receiver. On the defensive side of the ball, the Bengals showed up in the playoffs, but in the regular season last year, they were average at best. They were 18th in yards given up per game, giving up 350, and their secondary gave up 248 passing yards per game. The run defense was certainly the best part of their defense, but they did lose a couple interior defensive linemen in free agency, which might shake up things this season. Edge rusher Trey Hendrickson will certainly be the leader of the defense again, but can he get them the help they need? That was the main issue with their defense last year, as we noted, and although they used their first 2 draft picks on safeties, it doesn't look like either of those guys will be starting come week 1 of the season. Now, they didn't bring in any free agents at cornerback or safeties this offseason, so unless something of their returning or someone of their returning starters have improved a lot this season, we don't see the secondary getting much done this year when it comes to becoming better. The Bengals have the third hardest schedule in the NFL this season, and although last season was a historic run, we're going to make a bold prediction here as we believe the Bengals are going to regress quite a bit and be awful this year. Defenses know how good Jamar Chase are. They're going to start doubling him. They also know that if they can get to Burrow quickly, then the wideouts aren't going to see the ball as much. So don't be surprised if defenses against the Bengals really dial up pressure on this team as they are still trying to figure out that offensive line problem. In addition, with the lack of attention they put on their secondary on the defensive side of the ball, this is going to be an issue for them all season long, especially after their bye week. And we think teams are going to maybe average about 26, 27 points against them after their bye week. They're going to face the Steelers, the Titans, the Chiefs, the Browns, the Bucks, Patriots, Bills, and Ravens. Now, none of those wins are going to come easy, and if they are not 7-8 in that range going into their bye week, they're going to have a hard time, in our opinion, hitting their win total of over 10. So, yes, the Bengals made it to the Super Bowl last year, but this year, we have the Bengals going under 10 wins. Now, our previews continue, and we're going to finish up the AFC North with the Cleveland Browns, so look for that video to drop in a little bit. And our attention is going to go solely on Deshaun Watson. You're not going to want to miss that rant with the Cleveland Browns and how he was only suspended 6 games. Well, right now, as we're filming this, he's only suspended 6 games. In the meantime, though, before we get to that Brown season preview, don't forget to sign up for our NFL betting contest over at grandstandbettors.com. The link's below in the description. We're going to give out great quarterly prizes again this year, and the grand prize, the one that everybody wants at the end of the season, is going to be $1,000 of cold hard cash. As always, though, sit back, relax. If you're a Bengals fan, we're sorry. It's going to be a rough year for you, and we'll see you soon for another season preview.